which by the way is my next question. Uh, don't you think that it will actually backfire? Like the companies are incentivized not to do it because it will actually decrease the revenue. And do you like if like do you think that we could find a way to get the best of both worlds, right? We could solve the problem of having a better let's say life balance and keeping the revenues high as well, because both are important, so to speak, if you'd ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the attention economy and thinking about this. So, I mean, is there a way out of the attention economy? And I'm not sure that there is. We have profit seeking companies, right? And they're driven, unfortunately, by quarterly profit increases. Um, and there's not enough competition. So, even those that start off with a paid model start slipping into advertising to pump up their revenues. If you look at Netflix, right, they're now considering an ad supported tier. If you go way back, and probably most people don't remember this, but cable TV, when it first came out, was you paid for cable TV, but all the channels were advertising free, except for the broadcast channels, which were added in later, right? And they had advertising on them because they were, broadcast TV, and they already had ads on them. They were just added in. But now, of course, you pay for your, $100 for your cable subscription or whatever it is, and everything has ads on it on top of that, right? And even the stuff that you pay for now, like HBO and Amazon Prime and Apple TV, even if they don't have advertising clients, they're still doing content promotion of their own stuff to you. So probably only a matter of time before they start adding advertising or advertising tiers as well to that, because the revenue need never goes away, right? It's just every quarter they need to have an uptick. So
Yep.
I don't see that really going away. It's clear that the content we're being fed is bad for us, right? But emotion is going to drive eyeballs, and I don't see how that is going to go away. And now that we have no journalism per se, no editorial review, virtually no line that we won't cross, um, to seek a click, that now we have lies and misinformation and sensationalism, whatever it takes to get a click.
Yeah, true, true, true. It is. Yeah, it is very upsetting. I mean, call me old school, but actually, I mean, just to give you a personal anecdote, but call me old school. I play guitar, as you can see. So I prefer music which requires the soul of the artist. So I'm talking about classical music. I'm talking about Queen. I'm talking about Metallica. I'm talking about these folks who put the soul into creating music, and some of them had died, so to speak. And and nowadays, music is complete. I don't want to use certain words, but it is it is pathetic, man, so to speak. And so is the news, so to speak. Now, I'm like, I'm not very old, but perhaps you're old enough to attest to the fact. Was this the same situation back then? Like the kind of polarization that we have in news outlets, and like especially in the U.S. that we have, right? And not only the U.S. Why am I demonizing U.S.? Like every single country has that, right? Here back at home, I have I can see the polarization as well. So did this happen back then also? Like we're talking about 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I think you can sort of see the same thing that goes through every generation. People see music and news and social media. I mean, social media is a relatively new thing, but I think we see things in a different light. But there is sort of a fundamental shift, I think, that's happened with the internet. It's sort of changed everything. Um, it's made us lower a lot of standards. I don't know that we've seen anything quite like it. And there are some things that we need to fix, or we're going to be in trouble, right? Because the information flows do suck, and I've got a bit of a prescription for that. If you want to get to that question,